So today we're going to help go through what we call the basic training manual. We label this your foolproof success guide in PartnerCo. And I'll tell you that the background to this training comes from decades and decades and decades of experience. This comes with millions and millions and millions of dollars that are earned. This idea came from one of my mentors. And my mentor was the youngest money earner um, at age 21 he was a multi-million dollar money earner because he utilized a system like this. All right. So what we want to do is we have now modernized this so that it's modern day times, it's PartnerCo land. And today we want to walk through this. What's your goal? We're going to constantly come back to this. We call this the Bible to your business because this is all there is, right? Everything else is iterations of something like this, but these are the most essential things for you to utilize and to do, but also for you to utilize and to duplicate to your future teammates as well too. So let's go through this and let's have some fun. This is meant where you can print it out and you can have it on hand and you can write on it and stuff like that, however that you want to do it. So the goal of this is to help you give a proven, repeatable blueprint for your business. So you can develop not just the skills, but the mindsets and the habits that'll actually give you results in your business. The system works if you work it. Okay, this is not because you're some special type of person. This isn't because you're a social media guru. This isn't because whatever. Like these are all skills that anybody can, if you apply consistently over the course of time, will work for you no matter what. If it worked for me, starting as a 19-year-old broke college student with no connections, no charisma, this can absolutely work for you as well too. But every step does matter. And it starts with this. It starts with aligning with the PartnerCo mission. In this business, we have the opportunity to partner with a company. PartnerCo is different than any other company that's out there. There's over 10,000 network marketing companies in the world. You should be super grateful. I am every day that we have PartnerCo. They're debt-free, they're profitable, they're privately owned. They are unique, they're next level, they're innovative. They're gonna be a future multi-billion dollar brand, founded on amazing products, but founded on this simple mission statement. Do you live this? Do you breathe this? Do you think this? It's to power health and prosperity throughout the world. To power health and prosperity throughout the world. I love that it's simple. And you know what I also love? I love that it's a big hot button. I think almost everyone in the world want to have more health and prosperity. So guess what? As an entrepreneur, you make money for solving people's problems. So we got big problems to be able to solve. So believe in that, align with that, live it. Every single day I'm thinking, am I carrying out that mission the best? Here's one pro tip, $1 million tip. I think I want to be the best partner to PartnerCo. Did you get that? I want to be the best partner to PartnerCo. When I'm using my product, when I'm representing it, when I'm sharing this, when I'm helping the team, whatever that it is, I have a goal, a mantra that I will be the most valuable person and partner to PartnerCo, to the team, to the family that there is. And if you do that, guess what? PartnerCo pays super well. Top rated comp plan. It will pay very well. It's paid millions of dollars. It's allowed us to travel the world. It's allowed us to take our little 18-month-old Jaden to 23 cities around the world and have fun, have impact, make amazing friends and everything. So anybody can do this if you align with it as well too. All right. So with that said, let's keep on going. Commit to the process. It definitely defeats temporary motivation. Where does it all start from? The starting point of success is not skills. The starting point of success is your why. Your why comes first. It is the most important thing. Nothing happens unless you make a decision. And this is one thing that after coaching thousands of people and even myself coming through this, I realized I never really learned how to dream. I never learned how to live. Usually, imagine you're in school. You know what I realize? If you ask people what their goal is, they won't tell you how they want to live. They'll tell you what profession they want to be. Isn't that true? And when you're young, they're like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Doctor, lawyer, nurse, whatever. They don't ask you, how do you want to live? And when I was hanging around my successful mentors, I realized they actually designed how they live. Oh, give me a second here. Awesome. So I want to make sure that we are designing our life, but you can only design it if you actually determine it. So here's some questions to ask yourself. What are you working towards? What are you trying to escape? Right? What would change in my life? Larry, you can open it up on your side and you can zoom in as well too, you know? But how about this? I'll do that, right? So why is this important to me? If time and money weren't an issue and you couldn't fail, what would success look like to you? Right? This might be freedom from your job. It might be financial security. Might be whatever that it is, right? There's a saying, when the why is strong, the how becomes easy. If you are having trouble in your business, I challenge that it's probably because you're not lined up and locked into your why right now. Okay. You're probably looking at this as a job rather than a mission. But when you make a determination of why this needs to happen, then it's going to happen for you. Okay. Also, super important. You're going to need your why because I'm going to keep it to you really, really real. I wish I could tell you that you get started in your business and all of a sudden you just have a rocket ship rise up. But who here's realized that nothing in life is straight up? Everything is up and down. It's called the challenge to succeed. It's a challenge of life, right? You imagine when you first got introduced, you're probably a little skeptical. Does the product work? Does the business work? And then you see a presentation, you meet and hear some stories like, man, maybe this can. And then you start trying to share this with someone, they tell you no. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do this. And then you get trained like this. And you're like, wow, there's actually some skills to this. Awesome. And then you start posting and you get ghosted. And you're down again. And then you start using the Partnerco product, right? And you're super excited. And then people that said they were going to buy or join, they didn't. And then you continue to see that people see that you persisted and then you continue to succeed. The key to business, the key to success in life is to be very even keel. And how do you stay even keel? If you focus on your whys, if you focus on your goals, then it's going to allow you to stay more even keel. Your focus determines your reality. So you will have obstacles, you will have challenges, but don't worry. Are you going to let the challenge take you down? Or are you going to let the challenge bring you back up? I love a good challenge now. I wasn't like that before, but I actually like being a little bit of an underdog. Does anyone like being a little bit counted out sometimes? You like a little bit of a challenge. You kind of like it when people say, you can't do that. It doesn't feel good at first, but that feeling of I'll prove, not even prove them wrong, because we don't want to impress anybody. The only person you should impress is you. If you're a person of faith, your Lord, like it's just between you and God. Like, but also though, it's fun. Frank Sinatra said that the best revenge is massive success. But utilize all the motivations and say, I'm locked into my whys. I'm going to move forward no matter what. And let the reasons why you shouldn't or can't be the reasons why you should and will. And as you stay aligned with your goals and really dig into your whys, then it's going to allow you to really stay aligned on that. All right. Yeah, totally underestimated, and they shouldn't. My wife says focus equals follow one course until you're successful. All right. So you want to write down your whys. You want to share it with a mentor. You want to share it with some of your partners, like some people around you. I'm very open about my whys. If you're scared to share your why, I'd also challenge you. You're probably not going to achieve it if you're afraid to share it. Because if you're afraid to share it, that means you're usually afraid of failing. But our goal isn't to fail. Our goal is you declare it, you know it's going to happen, and it's no matter what. A decision means you're doing it no matter what. When I got started, my why was very simple. Can I be very honest with you guys? A very simple why. I wanted to be confident. I wanted to make enough money. I wanted to be successful enough so I could have a girlfriend and future wife. That was my why. All right. And then that happened. And then you change your why. And I'm like, I want to provide and be the rock for my family so that I can have a child. And then we had a child. And then that changed, right? It deals with your family. It deals with you. It deals with other people. Right now, big why for me is definitely future family. But really, now for me, a lot of my driving forces are you, honestly. Me and Becky, we are so obsessed. Our leadership is so obsessed about helping you win. We know we have the best thing ever. We have the best products, the best content, the best products, the best systems, the best company, the best training. And we want to make sure that you too can experience freedom in your life as well too. Okay. So whatever the why is, here's a very important question. After coaching lots of people, here's one of the biggest mistakes people make. I'll ask a teammate, how much money do you want to make? You know what the response is? A lot. It's just enough. You know, a couple $100. What do you want to make it for? I want to pay off my bills. How much are your bills? I don't know. My mentor said the reason why you make I don't know money is because you say I don't know. Goals don't work unless you have specificity. And one thing I realized is I turned my whys. Money's not everything, but it ranks up with oxygen, and it's the thing to track. It's a metric. If you know me, I'm not money driven. I count it, I'll use it, but I'm driven by impact. But you know what? If I make $1 million a year, that means I've impacted tons of lives. So if you want to impact more, what is that you want? So you might look at your whys. You might be like, what do we actually need to make to be able to develop the lifestyle that we want? The house we want to live in, the schools we want to send our kids to, the charities, the churches we want to be able to contribute to. You know, we're all motivated by different things. Maybe you want to pay off debt, whatever. But actually put it down and put it down to I'd encourage you your dream lifestyle, not just your current one. Surviving. Have you realized you all survive already? Who here's realized you're good at surviving? You're here, aren't you? Who here's had times in your life financially where you're like, I don't know how we're going to do this. And yet you did, right? You always figured it out. So why don't we retune ourselves to not just learn to survive? That's really negative energy. Why don't we just tune ourselves to thrive, how you're designed to be? Go for the dream, go for the goal, and dictate yourself what it is that it takes to do that. Because remember, you are not stuck to a job. Jim Rohn would say, you're not a tree. You have the ability to change now. You have the ability to earn whatever that you want by helping more people get what they want. So whatever that it is, put it down into, write it down, right? I see 12,000, 10,000 a month, 20,000. It doesn't matter what it is. You just have to agree on what it is yourself. And it'll expand. It'll get better, right? There's no big, there's no small. But go for exactly what it is that you want and be sure that you have that down. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So now that you have your whys, let's now translate this into Partner Co. The big issue that I see is people go out of order. Most people, when they come into a business like ours, we ask them what are their goals, and they think they're supposed to answer with something Partner Co related. They think they're supposed to say, well, I want to be a chairperson. I want to be ultimate. I want to be blah, blah. Here's the truth. No one cares about any of the Partner Co stuff. Partner Co is a vehicle to get to where you want to get to. So you have to know what you want, where you're going, and then we then look at the vehicle. All right? It's like if you're driving somewhere and you have to get somewhere really, really fast. You're like, I want to go from Northern California to Southern California, and I can either take a bicycle or I'm going to go take a souped up Lamborghini, or maybe if you're in California, it is a Tesla with full self-driving or something, right? You want to go for a hyper engine and you want to be able to determine that really specifically, right? Thank God we have a hyper engine called Partner Co. But to drive the engine, there's a blueprint to that. We have the destination first, then we pick the vehicle, then we find out how to drive it. The rest of the basic training is how to drive it. So we have put together what we call the six-figure blueprint. And what we do is while titles don't mean everything, who here loves to get promoted? You love getting recognized, you love moving up, you love winning, why not? Partner Co has these cool title advancements where you don't get paid for a title here, it's all sales based. However, there are some stats and averages you can look at with titles and kind of gauge how much you could be earning, okay? Now, granted, you have to be continuing to build your business and there's sales coming in every single week. But if you follow the blueprint and you follow our training, you're going to be making consistent income. So here's a roadmap of how we've laid it out. If you want to make six figures, senior officer is something that you want to do, all right? Basically, you want 2 teams to be doing what's called optimization volume. You might not know what that means, but kind of keep that in mind. Okay? Long run, that might take you 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. But at least set that as a target. Some of us might want more. I put a second page here. It says beyond 6 figures. Some of you might want 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month, or $1 million a year. Why not? Anyone here willing to dream $1 million a year income? Put a 7 in the comments if that's the case. Why not? Did you know if you're chairperson level 4, 7 lines that are optimized in your business a week, that's $1 million. So it's a really cool place. It's doable. It's absolutely doable. Me and Becky are currently very honored and grateful to be chairperson level 4. You can do it too. It won't be overnight, but we did set that as a target. So whatever that it is that you want to do, go to wherever you want. But know that wherever it is that you put down that title for you. How much do you want? This is all United States dollar, by the way. Okay. What title is good for your lifestyle? Put it in the chat or write it down. Like, what do you want? Once again, it doesn't matter what you want. What matters is that you want it. Okay. It doesn't matter if someone wants CEO, which is great, Pam, versus manager versus what. It's what matters to you. What matters for you, your family, your legacy. These are all fantastic, awesome senior officer, and don't feel weird to put other targets. CEO sounds nice. And I even go back to Sunny. Sounds nice is great. What do you need? Not just sounds nice. What do you need for your whys? You will never achieve sounds nice. You achieve a need. When a want becomes a need, when failure becomes not an option, that's when everything happens for you. It won't be overnight, but it's going to be there. Okay. Me and Becky have a goal of crown chairperson. That's not even on this chart. Like, we need that. So we're going to help many people to achieve what they want as well too. Okay. So whatever that it is, what do you need? Dream big, whatever that you want. But let's keep one eye on the big vision, but don't be stuck a dreamer. All right. Faith without works is dead. So we have to take action. We have to have some roadmaps up front. So shoot for the stars, of course, but focus in now on what do we drive right now. Okay. That's where we go back to this very top portion. Okay. Ultimate and enrolling to brand partners. So as we go into this next page, we'll ask you to write down what title you want. But here's the key driver. If you want gasoline or a really good hyper-powered electric engine in your car, whatever you choose to drive, here are the biggest things that drive your business. Number one, going ultimate yourself is massively important. Okay. Ultimate is buying or selling, or a combination of 1,500 points in your first 4 Fridays. It increases your earning potential. It doubles your pay. It unlocks matching bonus. But what we recommend is this: while you can buy it yourself, even if you do, here's the challenge I'd give to every single person. Let's make money. Who here would love to make your first $500 to $1,000? Right? Like, why not? It's a great place to start. That changes your life, guys. $1,000 a month, that takes care of bills. $1,000 a month is affording a nice outing with your family. $1,000 a month saved up over a couple months is a dream vacation. $1,000 a month changes lives. $1,000 a month saves a majority of divorces. Okay, because of financial issues. So whatever that it is, how do we do this? Aim for, here's the target, 15 customers. So in a week, let's call it, if you have a month, let's call that 4 a week, which with our systems, very doable. I was talking with Coach Brent Palmer. He's also a chairperson level 4. He's made tens of millions of dollars in our profession. And he said that in Partner Co, our systems that are in place, he is expected. People in their first month can make 30 customers. That's no problem. So we're just saying 15, right? So that's like a good target to go for. And we're saying 15 customers, if they're buying, they'll buy a combination of things, right? Maybe it's a set of drops. Maybe it's a bundle of things. Maybe it's on subscription, on non-subscription, whatever that it is, then we're going to help you to get there. And if you don't have many customers, guess what? This training will help you to actually understand why you're not getting customers and how you can get customers consistently over the course of time. Okay. But that's our target. Once you do that, you'll also probably achieve something called senior supervisor in Partner Co. You'll get like 4 promotions. All right. You'll have seen in your back office in Partner Co, title trackers, stuff like that. Okay. So step 1 is to do that. Step 2, Katie Garner said she just made $120 off of one sale she had. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. If she had 15 sales like that, that's a lot of money. Okay. Step number 2, here's the magic process. Don't only just stay selling yourself, but we're going to show you to partner with other people and enroll 2 other people in your business with you. Because the magic is making $500 to $1,000 yourself and then showing someone else how to do it. Who here knows somebody that wouldn't mind making an extra $500 or $1,000 too? right? So we're going to help them do the same thing. So get two people started, at least an activated level. When you do that, you also gain access to a higher level training that's called Millionaire Mentorship. Because we know there's more things that you can learn: personal branding, leadership, higher level skill sets, masterminding. There's a lot of things that you can learn, but we want to teach you those things at those times. Every single six-figure earner I've seen that's been hitting, they're in the Millionaire Mentorship. So that is the six-figure plus level type of group, but you get entry there once you go ultimate and you enroll to activated brand partners. Okay. If you're already in there, put an MM in the comments. If you're not in there yet, put a not yet in the comments, because that'll be a target for us. You make the decision, let's get you there. Okay. So awesome. It's a great spot. Finally, step number 3, guess what you do? Duplicate the process. Teach your two how to go ultimate. Teach them how to enroll 2 people. Have them go through the same thing. And then you can keep on replicating this very same thing. This will start to duplicate. All right. So there is the roadmap. You got your whys. Now you got your partner co goals. Then we talk about, how do we do this? How do we do this? Success in anything comes down to a series of habits done consistently over time. If you find someone that's buff in the gym or shredded, or somebody that's super lean or has the body that you want, the fitness that you want, the health that you want, they won't tell you, you know what? I just woke up one day randomly and I just woke up like this. They're going to tell you, look at what I do every single day. If you find somebody that has an amazing relationship with their children, they didn't just wake up one day with the most perfect kids in the world. They were very intentional about some things that they did with their children. Whatever success that you find in the world, you can be sure that there's a system that's behind that. So what I want to go through in this section are the 6. I didn't say 10. I didn't say 20. I didn't say 50. I said 6 things that you do every single day consistently to grow you and to grow your business. Jim Rohn says that a half a dozen things makes 80% of the difference. Who here wants to know those 6 things that you need to do for you to grow consistently over time? I'm telling you, these are the habits. Doesn't matter what time frame you are. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. This is it. Okay. Number 1, become a product of the product. The people that do best with their business are a representation of the Partner Co products. They are a representation of health. They are getting healthier. It doesn't mean you're a cover magazine model. That's not health. Health is vitality. Health is being better. Health is feeling better. Health is utilizing the products in your lifestyle. If I'm going to come over today and I looked at your daily do, can I honestly say that you're using the Partner Co products? It really is that. You can't fake the funk. So as you use the products, and use more of them, the more the better. What you want to be mindful of is creating your $1 million product story. Facts tell, stories sell. The ones that make the most money consistently over the course of time have an amazing transformation. Amazing is relative, and that's objective, right? Amazing for you. It doesn't mean you have to drop 1,000 pounds, okay? Amazing is you felt better. Amazing is you had a challenge and you overcame it. But you want to have the story, but you also want to be able to share the story. So one thing you want to get good at is putting your story together: a before, a then, and a now. You can read through how to do it, but it's something that you want to get down in like a minute or 2. You want to be able, in a quick elevator, if someone's like, what's your story? Tell me about these products. You can say, here was my challenge. Well, for years, I struggled with cravings. I struggled losing that stubborn fat because I love food too much. Problem. Then I got introduced to this program and I looked at it and I was really skeptical, but I saw the science and it looked like it might work. Now, I used it. My cravings went away. I don't even eat rice anymore. I lost 25 pounds in 40 days with no exercise. For my metric friends, I lost 11 kilos in 40 days with no exercise. My cravings changed, and I've been able to keep that fitness for the last 10 years. Quick story. Do you have your pictures? Do you have your story? Can you share it? The ones that are doing the most over the course of time are doing this. I was with Adela Sanchez this weekend. She did what's called a drop talk. It's a presentation about the product and the business. She had 25 people in the room. She probably had 10 prospects that were in there, really well attended. You know what she did? She shared her story. You know what was telling? She had people in her community that came out, and every single one said this. I've heard Adela tell her story over and over and over and over again. She's branded herself. She's almost 79 years young. She's a vice president in this company. She's going for officer, senior officer, and she's always getting customers. She's always getting partners. She enrolled 3 partners that day into her team. Why? She's sharing her story. It's the same one, but you share it over and over and over again. All right. Who here has your story down to at least a certain degree, right? Put a me in the comments if you have it. If not, well, follow this. You're going to constantly get better stories. You're going to increase the stories and expand the stories, but you just need a story. All right. You just need a story. So you got that. Become a product of the product. Number 2, this is huge. Oh my gosh, so big. The biggest difference of those that last the long run. Me and my wife, Becky, have been sharing the body balancing program for 15 years, guys. Same product, same comp plan, ups, downs, all arounds, and everything. We've seen thousands of people that had a lot of potential rise and fall. We've seen lots of people make lots of money and then not make a lot of money. We've seen lots of people come and go. We were the slow and steady over the course of time. And what's the biggest difference? We're obsessed about this. We're obsessed about growing ourselves. If you become obsessed about growing you, you will never lose. This business is a compensation plan wrapped around personal growth. So that can include books and podcasts. That can include attending events like this. We're going to have at the end of this manual a recommended list for books and podcasts and stuff like that. But here's a couple quotes that are super important. For things to change, you got to change, Jim Rohn says. Success is attracted by the person you become. And here's the big thing. Ask yourself this. Who do I need to become to reach my goals? The problem is never the vehicle. Partner code pays. Do we agree? 51%, highest in the profession. If people say, I don't make, partner code doesn't pay, that's not lying. Partner code pays. It just might not be paying them. So it's not that it doesn't pay. It's, are you paying attention to things at work? Oh, it for sure pays. And it's paid for 15 plus years every single week without fail. But it doesn't pay if you don't do the correct work over the course of time. Get better, not bitter. That's what we want to be able to do. So who do I need to be to reach my goals? If I want to be a senior officer, a 6-figure earner, how does that person think? How does that person act? How does that person show up? How do I talk to people now? In the beginning, I used to slouch over. I used to say a lot of ums, and I was super shy and not confident. I was very cowering, and I never confronted. I hate confrontation. Anyone hate confrontation? I didn't like that. You know, I was super nice. I think kindness is good, but not to be a pushover. And I realized that if I wanted to be the next level of me, I had to learn to be more bold. I had to learn to hold my ground. I had to learn to be more positive. I had to learn to smile more. I had to learn to turn negatives into positives. Now you'll never find me stay negative. Very hard to find me stay negative. I have pouty moments, as we all do, but I don't stay there. Why? Because for the person that I need to be to reach my goals is not that type of person. I don't let a feeling turn into a temperament. I don't let it turn into a lifestyle. I'm a figure outable person. I will solve the problem. We're going to figure it out. So what are some of those attributes for you? What are some of those attributes for you? What don't you like? Do the opposite. What should you be like? Be that. List some things in the chat below. Write it down. It can become your affirmation list, and you can change who you are. Remember, Jim Rohn said, you're not a tree. You don't have to stay somewhere. If you don't like where you're at, if you don't like your money, if you don't like your lifestyle, if you don't like your zip code, if you don't like your health, if you don't like how you're living, change it. No one said you had to stay there. We have an opportunity in your hands to change it now for forever. Okay? So list that down. And what you get to work on every day is that. For things to change, we got to change. If you're still with me, put a 1 in the comments below. I get fired up talking about this because I think about your potential and I think about your opportunities here. All right. So you work on you, and then what do? We have two different types of PartnerCo events that PartnerCo corporate hosts. We have our own events, but PartnerCo has their own. Number one is a Connect event. A Connect event is more like a regional convention. It happens all around the world, and they're awesome. And then there is one a year in each major region. This year, there's three of them called PXP, the PartnerCo Experience. This is bar none the best convention in all of not just network marketing, I'd submit in all of business conferences in the world. It's fun. It's where the product launches come out. It's where you meet the founders and the execs. It's when you meet everybody in the team. There's parties. You get to glean from and rub shoulders from the best of the best, and you walk out feeling bulletproof. It just changes you. There's a statistic that you can link your income, and this isn't just one-time income, this is consistent income. This is title and paid as title for growth in whether it's a Connect event or PartnerCo Experience event. And let me go through that here. All right. So here's the formula. And we've cross-checked this with all the leaders. We've cross-checked this with our own income. And how it works is this. All right. Let's say you have two lines of business because we tell you build a power line, build a pay line, right? At the very least. You want to make sure you have growth on both of your lines to maximize your income. So if you were to have two teams, and let's say you had three teammates per line, per team, that comes 6 total, you can at least make 500 USD a month consistently. That's without you doing much work. Okay. You can make 500 a month hustling all the time, but you can also do it in a leveraged, scalable way. That's $6,000 an extra year. What could you do with an extra $6,000 a year? It's a nice vacation. It's paying down debt. That's a lot. That's Christmas presents, right? Which is powerful. That's paying for all your products, taxes. Yeah. So that's one. Let's say you want to do more though. Who here wouldn't mind an extra 1,500 a month? Part-time. Okay. And you can do this in a scalable, leveraged way. When you do it this way and you have team growth and you're inspiring new leadership, it means you don't do all the work yourself. I can go sell to 15 customers right now, which you should anyway, and I'll make $1,500 a month. But what if you can leverage the team and help them win too? If you have 2 teams and 5 teammates per line, that's 10 total, you'll make $1,500 a month, and you'll be a paid as senior manager. That's an extra $18,000 a year. Let's get a little bit more exciting. Who here wouldn't mind at least $1,000 a week consistently? After coaching thousands of people, that's like a very common goal. You know, one way to do that where it's very consistent. If you have 2 teams and you bring 20 teammates on each team, this is when it starts expanding your mind, right? How does that happen? It's just a focus. The reason why people don't hit these goals is they didn't know to set it as a goal in the first place. But you'd be so surprised what happens when your mind sets it as a target. So if you have 2 teams of 20 each, that's 40 teammates total. You will be a paid as officer. That's a $6,000 a month, $72,000 a year USD. That's full-time income. And you're doing it in a way where you're not stressing out. You're doing it in a way where you have teammates rising up and winning. Because if you're making that much, that means your teammates are making a lot of money as well too. You're building a family, you're building a tribe, you're having fun, you're building a relationship. Who here wants a 6-figure income? Like that's a fun target for you. Okay. Here's a stat, and it echoes if you've heard us talk about Tim Sales' stats before. If you have 40 teammates in one line go to a big event, you can basically assume that line will optimize 13,334 points every week. Like you don't have to worry about it. Okay. We have an amazing team, GG Vitality. They have the last event, they had like, I think 60, 70 people at their Connect event. Every week on almost Saturday, they optimize. Like we have no worry. Why? They have enough active people engaged with the business, all doing a little bit. So for every 40, one optimizes the line. For every 40, that optimizes one line. So if you want two optimized lines, it's 40 times 2 is 80 total. That's paid as senior officer. $14,000 a month, $160,000 a year. Allison Britton's ears just perked there. She's like, there it is. Seriously, this is what you do, right? And just for fun, you could do more. From there, it's optimizing more lines. So it's just an extra 40 for an extra optimized line. If you want $250,000 a year, CEO, 3 optimized lines, 3 lines, 3 teams with 40 each, that's 120 total. If you want to make $1 million a year, chairperson 4, 7 lines, 40 each, 280. And everything in between. So start to put this into your mind and start to think, where does my business need to be at? Because if you set that as a target and you start to grow towards that and you prioritize events, then you're going to see how this works. How do you build this? The easiest way is focus on just mastering the basics. Focus on really helping your customers get great results, converting them to become an amazing partner, help them launch, help them drive through the blueprint, go ultimate, enroll 2, keep on going, and then plug them in and talk to them about these events. All right, who here's ready to take some action now? Let's talk about the actions you take every day. Number 3, actually, in DMOs, posting on social media. We say aim to post at least twice a day, 5 days a week. At least. Posting is about attracting. You have personal posts, which are your lifestyle. People want to get to know you. They buy from people like, know, and trust. They don't want to buy from a product billboard. So if your profile picture is if your profile picture is a cat, if your profile picture is a scripture, as much as I love scripture, if your profile picture is your family, I'd recommend change it so it's just you and your face. Because they can't join a family. They can't join a product. They can't join a scripture or a dog, but they can join you. So personal posts. What matters to you? Faith, family, fitness, friends, fun, whatever it is. Post about that every day. Don't overthink it. What's fun? People want to relate with you. Number 2, though, we have product or business posts. As you launch your business, we talk about doing 1 drop post a day. As you go on, it's things related to your business. Could be business testimonials, product testimonials, team successes, whatever. We have to showcase what we have at the bare minimum. But here's the big key tip. Because it's normal to have your product and business posts be less engaging than a family photo. For sure. Because people aren't looking on social media to buy stuff. People are looking to connect. But if you do want more people to look at your post, we do what's called the engagement sandwich. 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before and after you post anything business product related, go on your social media, start to engage on your prospects, feed their stories, because the more you engage with them, the more that social media posts your stuff out there into the field, all right? So you want to make sure that they get it. And it's consistency over the course of time. Okay. Number 4, presentations. This is the biggest metric. People ask me, James, I'm not making money. My number 1 question back is, how many prospects did you show the product or the business to last week? Usually they'll say a lot. I say, how many? Then they'll say a couple. That's why. The number 1 metric that needs to grow, it doesn't matter all the other things that we do in this training. If this number is not happening, you will not make the money that you want. For sure. Because our job is to sell a product or to get people into the business to sell a product, right? So if we do that, they have to see something. And that's what a presentation is. So here's the cool part, though. It's not much compared to if you own your own business. Katie Garner owned her own restaurant. A bad day would be a couple hundred customers, I believe. You know what we're talking about here? Can you share the product of the business with 1 person a day? If that was your obsessive focus, can you share this with 1 new person a day? That's all. You're telling me with one person a day over the course of time, I can make a six-figure plus income? Yeah, you can. One person a day. Tell me a business where you can have one prospect a day and make six figures. Uh, doesn't exist. So aim for at least one a day. Technically, 5 a week is part-time, 5 a day is full-time. 5 a week is part-time, 5 a day is full-time. So these can be whatever type of presentation. We'll have in our boards and our scripting, recorded videos, we have live Zooms, we have in-person events, we have 3-week calls, social media. There's many different things. Okay. But your goal is that. And what you focus on will become your reality. If you find trouble finding somebody, it's because we haven't made the decision, the commitment to do this. I had a good friend of mine. She's a top money earner, multi-million-dollar earner, also within Partner Co. She had a goal every day. She put 2 pennies in the left side of her pant pocket. And by the end of the day, she would say, I'm going to move both pennies to my right side of the pocket. She would move a penny when she presented the product or opportunity to a new prospect. And she did it without fail to make sure that she shared this with someone. Doesn't matter what they say, just planting the seed, showing them, allow them to say no. You're not looking for the yes necessarily. You're just looking to share. Of course, we want everyone to say yes, but that's not going to happen. That's life. But we want to show this. All right. Okay. Then how do you do it? There's 2 ways to get somebody to present to. Number 1 is attract. That's your social media post. Number 2 is to act. I'm a big fan of action. I don't want to post and pray. I love posting. I love attracting, and I think we should do it. However, if you want more speed, take action. Take action. If we believe we're the best products in the world and the best opportunity in the world, are we just going to sit there and wait? Successful people go after it. Successful people go talk to people. They are intentional. They're recruiting for their product and their business. So here's a homework to do. Make a list of a top 10 of customer prospects and make a list of a top 10 of business prospects. Ask yourself with customers who's health conscious, investing into the health, they're on a wellness journey. Ask on your top 10 business partner list who has attributes that you like, that you want to work with, right? They're ambitious, entrepreneurial, they're a leader, and they're positive, whatever you would decide. And list them and don't prejudge. Just be like, all right, I thought about my sister, and then I thought about Bob, and then I thought about John, and I thought about Jill. Just write them down. Okay. Now, what do we say with them? I'm going to give, because I started this 15 minutes in, I'm going to take around 10, 15 minutes. If you want to stay on, definitely stay on with us. I understand some people are top of the hour. You have to hop off. But if you're still down with stay with me for like 10, 15 minutes, put a me in the comments or give me a wave. We'll finish this off. All right. The goal is to make this a training so you can have it in a future thing. All right. So you have this list down. How do you talk to them? Here's a formula I've used for over a decade. And it allows you to talk to someone without feeling salesy, and it goes right to the point. Call it the 3 C's. Compliment, context, call to action. Compliment, context, call to action. Compliment is I say something positive about them. Let's say Katie, I know, is entrepreneurial. Katie, I know you from back in the restaurant days. You've always struck me as someone that's always optimistic. You're always so business savvy, and I just always admire the way that you handled yourself. Compliment. Number 2, context. Give some details that are edifying about what you're doing. All right. Katie, there's an opportunity right now. It's going to be a future billion-dollar brand. It's all about wellness, and people are getting some amazing results. We're looking to partner with people and show them how to make money online. Context, right? That's for business. You could do product too, but that's a business one. Call to action. You ask a question. If you don't ask a question, then you're not going to get an answer. If you don't ask a question, they'll ask you a question. So always end with a question. Katie, I'd love to share some details with you. Would you be open to seeing something? If not, all good. Just say yes or no. Okay. Awesome. Guys, did that seem difficult? That was like 2 sentences. Quick, to the point. 3 C's. You can do that all the time. All right. So we ask, we're going to get some answers. If you're having trouble presenting to people, probably because you're not actually talking to enough people. Yeah, if you don't ASK, you do not GET. It's biblical. We have not because we ask not. So, and I'm not pleading, by the way. We're not pleading. We're not begging. I don't need Katie Garner in my business. I'd love to have her in my business. She needs this. I don't need Bob to be using the product. He needs this. But we have the opportunity and the privilege to extend an invitation. Blessed are the hands of those that share. We need a connection point. All good news needs to be shared. We have been given that special, unique, honorable privilege of sharing with people that we feel that this could value. Does that make sense? So that's my mindset. That's how you don't get scared. You think about their benefit, not you. Of course, we want to be successful, but our success is tied to others' success. All right. And then you get them to see your presentation. Have you ever asked, now what? All right, they saw something. What do I do? Follow up in closing. Understand the fortune is in the follow-ups. Did you know 80+% of sales happen after 5 follow-ups? So you keep on continuing the conversation. Okay. And know that people's lives change every 3 to 6 months too. So if they say no, it's a no, not right now. Here's 4 simple questions. We have scripting on this in boards and stuff, but here's 4 general questions you can utilize to help. Number 1, what did you like the most about what you saw? Number 2, what are some of your wellness or financial goals, depending on what you're talking about? You want to know what they want. You can't help them unless you know what they want. Number 3, do you see how this program can help you achieve those goals? If they say yes, all right. Besides next steps and getting started, did you have any other questions? 4 questions. Does that seem a little bit, is that straightforward? That's just 4 simple things. Like that'll just get you into the right place. Understand too, though, I would encourage any question you don't know the answer to, or when you have an opportunity to, always wise to bring in a third party, right? Profit is never appreciated in their own land. So it's nice to bring in a coach, a mentor, a friend, a testimonial. Not a bad thing to do. Like a third party is a great way to accelerate the process itself. All right. So we got follow up and close. Last one. All right. And there's a transition phrase that we'll give you. Last one. Successful people, what they also do, they don't just get customers started, they don't just enroll partners, but they serve and support their customers and partners. The best lead source for your business is your existing customers and partners if you treat them well. If you have a satisfied and happy customer or partner, they will lead to more. Isn't that how every business in the world works? You have a good restaurant, people like it, they share. You want to be the good restaurant. Be the Michelin star, be the 5-star, be the highest star. Don't be the McDonald's. Nothing against McDonald's. Well, I guess we have some things against McDonald's. I mean, they're kind of anti our product. But anyways, McDonald's is cool. But you don't want to be McDonald's service. You want to be high-level service. So care for your customer, right? So what you want to do with your customer, we recommend check in at least weekly. Develop a relationship. I was talking with some top money earners out in Australia. These guys have had thousands of personal customers. And guess what? They said 99% of their customers that start the program complete it. And 95% of their customers become a brand partner because they want to. Who here would love those stats? I know. I said, how do you do that? They take care of their customers super well. So with your customers, did you check after they bought it that they got the products and they know how to use them? Are you encouraging them to document the journey? We have these things in scripting and boards and stuff, but you can add that extra hand. Are you plugging them into Drop Revolution, into our Facebook groups? Are you checking in weekly? How are you doing? Do you have any questions? What are some of the benefits? You're looking for the win. Are you supporting and serving them and solving the problem? Week 2, you check in. Tell me the good news. Keep on looking for the positive question. If you serve a customer well within the first couple of weeks, there will be a moment when you have some rapport, you can tell, when they're loving the product experience, they're loving you, where you can now have a key conversion question. This is big money-making tip here. How to turn it from a solopreneur to an entrepreneur, from just a side job to a scaling business. When you see that opportunity, you can ask them something like this. I'm sure your friends and family are going to ask you what you've been doing to get healthier. If there are a way to get your products at a discount, even make some extra money on the side by helping others, would you be open for some information? Boom. If you have trust, they love the product, they love you, no reason why they won't be open just to say, I'll take a look. Then you show them a business presentation. All right. And if not, then we get them as a residual customer, which is fine too. If you got it, put I got it in the comments below. We'll wrap this up. Customer check-in. And then here is, this is what we've been missing. I get this a lot. James, my partners aren't doing anything. It's only me. Am I the only one? Assuming your partner saw a business presentation and they actually got started for the business, not just a discounted customer, then the reason why they're not doing anything as fast as you want or you think they can do is you're not following a duplicatable way of getting them onboarded and launched. We tend to overwhelm our partners. We want to give them the whole steak when they just want a little bite. And what you have here is our flow of exactly what to do in what sequence. Alice onboarding will have this, but you walk them through this. For example, in the first 48 hours, I've been doing this all day, every day. If you work with me, you know this is what I do. I want to make sure my newest partner is in a three-way chat. I introduce them to someone so they're not alone. I want to build community. I get them started through Alice onboarding, our onboarding bot. I have them join the Warrior Movement Facebook group or team page, join the Drop Revolution or customer page if they're not yet already in there. And right away, I'm going to get Evelyn to make a color block pin post on Facebook. Right away. I'm not going to teach them anything. I'm not going to give them any tech. I'm not going to have them download boards or whatever. I'm just going to have them post and attract. Because winning will get them excited to learn more. And then I'll share it with the team so we can boost it and promote it. I'll teach them to do the engagement sandwich after they post. I'll teach them a simple response script so that we can get into three-way chats with their prospects. My goal is to make them money right away. People can literally make sales in their first day if you follow this. And then we're probably going to have to teach them how to set up a smart link because they already have customers that are coming in. We then have a whole process I won't go through here on transitioning them from launching to then going towards this basic training. Okay. The sandwich is engaging before and after the business and product post on social media. So I'm going to on-ramp them and we're going to have a process for that, but it's all listed out here, but it's driven to helping them continue to post, continue to outreach, continue to make money and drive towards ultimate. And then ultimately plug into the community, plug into the events, plug into this basic training. We want to lead them to watch this and get this into their hands so they can get the complete system. And then we'll recognize them all throughout the process. Okay. So as we summarize, there is a basic training review on the back. You can check this off. There is a recommended personal development list, and all of these are great. I've listened and watched to these multiple times. There's many, but this is a good start. And there's also a weekly IPA or support tracker, which I'd encourage. Our basic training is designed to teach you what the DMOs are. This is designed so you can check it off yourself so that, am I using the partner co-products? Did I do personal development on a call? Did I post twice a day? Am I presenting to people? Am I following up with people? Am I checking with my customers and partners? If you do this over the course of time, there is no reason why you cannot win big time.